It's a gorgeous evening here at Kansas City, Missouri. And outside Kauffman Stadium, some more Pirates fans heading in to see the Bucks and the Royals. Game 2 of this 3-game interleague series almost underway. Take a look at the National League Central Division standings. The Pirates picked up a half game with their win last night, now just 4 behind the St. Louis Cardinals. The third-place Cubs are 8.5 back. Hi again, everybody, with Bob Walk. I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie Ince-Mikowski is with us, too. And tonight, the Pirates ride the Cole train once again. Major League Baseball's winningest pitcher goes at it. He's 13-3, and the Pirates looking for another good outing out of Garrett Cole.
He's got to be pretty pumped up tonight going out here against the Royals. And he's coming off that all-star appearance where he got out there, he pitched an inning, did well there. Now he's going up against the team that a lot of people think are the best team in baseball. And so he is going to be charged up. The adrenaline is going to be pumping. He's going to be throwing hard tonight. And obviously, look at those numbers. He is having a fantastic season. He's going to have a good one in him tonight.
Garrett Cole's first ever appearance against the Kansas City Royals. He will take on left-hander Jason Vargas, who's just activated from the disabled list today. Last night, the Pirates cooked up some KC barbecue ribbies. Looking for some more runs batted in tonight in game number 2. Will the bats keep going? Stay tuned and find out. BP taking place outside the stadium. Pretty formidable lineup the Kansas City Royals run out there. They can put some runs on the board. Pirates put some runs on the board last night, Bob, as they really got the bats going.
Yeah, something that we're not really used to seeing this year, but it was fun last night. They got out there and they had to hit all the way they did. They had to get the extra base hits, the home runs, because they had to win a slugging match. And we just don't get in those very often, thank goodness, because we have that outstanding pitching staff. But they were able to show last night that when they need to, they can still put up some pretty big runs against some quality pitching.
Pirates hit well last night. They hope to hit well again tonight and come out with a win in game number 2. All of the customary handshakes taking place in the dugout. So that means we're just about ready for some baseball. Right now, though, let's send you back to Pittsburgh. Rob King standing by with his State Farm game break.
All on Root Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota helps you get the most out of your drive. Just ask a friend who drives one. Toyota, let's go places. And by Barrel Automotive, we're driven to be better. Let's go Bucks.
Left-hander Jason Vargas coming off a flexor strain injury that he endured in early May. Off the disabled list, making his first appearance against the Pirates since May of 2006. And the lineup that he'll be facing tonight, written up by Clint Hurdle and brought to us by Toyota, looks like this, with Polanco leading off and Walker and McCutchen. Starling Marte last night, his 11th three-hit game of the season. Jung Ho Kang and then Pedro Alvarez will be the designated hitter. Brent Morel makes his debut for the Pirates this year. Chris Stewart doing the catching. Sean Rodriguez bats ninth and plays on the other side of the diamond tonight at first base facing Vargas.
Take a look at Vargas's numbers before he got hurt. Not too bad. He obviously is not really a hard thrower at all. He mainly will just change speeds, vary the speeds of his changeup. He'll throw that pitch up to the average velocity on his quote-unquote fastball is in the 87s, which is about a mile per hour slower than the changeup is thrown by Garrett Cole. So basically, he's not going to be overpowering anybody. He's going to be trying to spot pitches, and he'll throw that fastball and just kind of show it to you. He'll throw some changeups, come with a curveball. Totally, I don't know if we can have two different style of pitchers going in the same game like we have tonight.
Polanco in the box, ready to go. Here's the first pitch. And Gregory swings at it and pops it up. Left side of the infield, a shortstop Escobar makes the catch. One pitch and one out.
Yeah, that fastball just 85 miles an hour.
Take a look at the Kansas City defense presented by Honda. Eric Hosmer at first base. He had a couple of tough plays last night. Infante, Escobar, Moustakas around the infield with Perez doing the catching. Dyson along with Lorenzo Cain in center field. And Alex Rios in right. One out in the pitch to Neil Walker. Switch hitter batting right-handed. 10-game hitting streak for Neil. Didn't have a hit until the 8th inning last night. Two-run triple. Finds himself behind in the count, 0-2. Jason Vargas, just his third career appearance against the Pirates. Strikes out Walker on 3 pitches. And 2 quick outs in the top of the first inning. Brewers casino tips to win tonight, Bob.
The first one is that you're going to see all the slow stuff. We've just been talking about it, so stay back. Don't get out there all anxious to try and hit fastballs. Even his fastball is very hittable if you wait. Stay back. And Sean Rodriguez, his last at bat last night, he drove a line drive out toward the warning track out in left field. I'm hoping that tonight he kind of comes out of this little slump he's been in of late.
Sean's due to get some hits.
I think tonight's going to be the night. He's going to break out and get us at least 2, one of them for extra bases.
0-1 Andrew McCutchen begins the night with a .294 average. Andrew had 2 hits last night, including an RBI double. Takes inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Vargas activated today off the disabled list, and the pitcher who threw last night, Yordano Ventura, optioned back to AAA. Ventura went 4+, gave up 6 earned runs. And the Royals needed to make room for Vargas, who was ready to go. They had listed tonight as a TBA in terms of the probables, and during the game last night we learned it would be Vargas. And this morning the Royals announcing the move. McCutchen hits this one toward the left field corner. Dyson on the move. He won't get it. That's a foul ball. Third base umpire Phil Cuzzy putting both arms in the air, saying it's foul.
The way Dyson turned the run after it, he thought a moment that it might be fair. Definitely hitting in foul territory. But look at Dyson. He wasn't taking any chances.
2 balls, 2 strikes to McCutchen. Three and 2. Full count to Andrew. 193rd career start tonight for Vargas. Ground ball to short. Escobar backs up on it. This throw to first gets Andrew. The Pirates done in order in the top of the first. Garrett Cole coming out to face the Royals when we come back to KC. Ohio, Garrett Cole pitches a clean inning in the All-Star game facing Alcides Escobar. The Royals right there, and McCutchen handling the flyout. Big smile. And facing Albert Pujols, and again right to his teammate McCutchen.
Nice to see teammates team up like that in the All-Star game.
So that was the last active work in the last week for Garrett. So he gets back to regular action here tonight.
Maybe they'll can team up a lot tonight. Take a look at the numbers brought to you by Hyundai, the numbers that got Cole into that All-Star game. As we mentioned during the Open, just fantastic. 13 wins this year at this point, leading the major leagues.
Cole climbing up on top of the hill. He'll face Alcides Escobar for the second time in a week. Cole's first pitch of the ball game. Outside ball 1. Escobar hitting .296. He's having a very good month of July as well. 1-1. 2 more hits last night. 30 multi-hit games on the season. To left field, Marte has it measured. 1 out for Kansas City. Lineup for Kansas City after Alcides Escobar. Mike Moustakas, the third baseman. Lorenzo Cain batting third, Eric Hosmer fourth, and the designated hitter is the switch hitter, Kendrys Morales. Leads the American League in runs batted in with 65. Had a home run last night. Salvador Perez, Omar Infante, Alex Rios in right field. Gerard Dyson batting ninth, playing left. Moustakas also homered in the game last night. His got out of here in a hurry down the right field line, right over the Pirate bullpen. Moustakas had a leadoff home run in the 7th inning last night. Ball on the strike to him.
Very well balanced lineup Kansas City has with speed and power. RBI guys. Good pitching, great bullpen.
Lorenzo Cain on deck. He has been spectacular this year for Kansas City. This one, the shallow left, long run for Marte. 2 gone. Defensively for the Pirates, newcomer at third base, Brent Morel. He's been having a terrific time in Indianapolis. Player of the month in June in the International League. So he is manning the hot corner tonight with Sean Rodriguez at the other corner at first. Gung and Walker in the middle part of the infield. Marte, McCutchen, Polanco in the outfield with Chris Stewart catching Garrett Cole once again. 2 outs and Cain takes a strike. Stewart had to come in last night after Francisco Cervelli left. Cervelli was blocking a pitch late in the ball game and re-aggravated a contusion he had on his right wrist. So Clint Hurdle telling us today that Cervelli would only be available in an emergency situation tonight. They are expecting Stewart to go the route. Of course, in American League Baseball, even though the Pirates have a 3-man bench, you don't have to use it that much in American League games. Check swing, did he go? Tony Randazzo says he didn't. Ball and 2 strikes to Cain.
Good to go.
Two and 2. Cain with a 9-game hitting streak. Had a hit in the 7th inning last night to extend that streak. And the 2-2. Fills up the count to Cain. Cole is 4th in the National League in ERA, .230. First in wins with 13. He struck him out.
A couple of really good sliders right there at the end. And last one for strike 3. Cole looks good.
Against the Royals here at the K. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Earlier today, Charlie Morton was our guest on Twitter Tuesday. He had an entertaining pregame interview, and tonight he was asked by Amy, Charlie, how difficult is it to learn when you have a new catcher?
I'm pretty straightforward. I throw a lot of sinkers. I throw a ton of sinkers, and as long as we're somewhat on the same page, I don't find it too difficult. And then you just build a relationship. You know, you get to know each other a little bit better, and things become more fluid.
So the process, whatever it is obviously working pretty well in terms of starting pitchers, in particular Charlie Morton, and how it goes, Greg.
Marte lifts this one off the top of the left field wall, and it bounces into the bullpen. That's a home run. A home run for Marte. And it's 1-0.
Wow, how did that ball get over the fence?
Well, it's such a strange angle there in the corner. That ball hit right near where Ishikawa's hit last night and bounced up in the air and into the bullpen. It never came down. Never touched the ground, never touched the fielder.
It is a very unusual situation when the ball can bounce up and still get over the top of the fence. It hit on top of the padding.
And Ned Yost is going to come out and speak to the crew chief, Jerry Davis. They may want to ask if a fan touched it or not. Certainly, this is definitely worth another look from our standpoint, as Vargas got a look at it. And the umpires are going to put the headsets on and go back to New York and have them look at this as well. You would imagine this is a crew chief review. Marte waits to see if he's got a home run.
If a ball bounces on top of the fence and goes over, it's a home run. But this doesn't really hit the top of the fence. It hits about maybe 2.5 feet below the top of the fence and then continues to bounce over. I don't know if they have a specific ground rule for that. But watch where this ball hits. It does not hit the top of the fence. Hits the top of the padding and then continues over. Really odd. I mean, I've never seen anything like that.
Never seen that either.
I mean, it's got to be a home run.
It's got to be it hit the wall, went over the wall without touching anything else. And if this home run stands, it'll be a new career high for Marte. It'll be his 14th. Career high 13 last year, sitting on 13 now. But Phil Cuzzy, the third base umpire, ran out and was emphatic with his call that it was over the wall and a home run.
See, I'm wondering what they're looking at, though. That like, I don't understand. Like, why are they looking at it? If it's just straightforward, it hit the top of the fence and bounced over, then what do you look? What's the?
Taking a peek. We'll find out. You see something new all the time, don't you, Bob?
I mean, do they have a list of the ground rules in New York? You know what I mean?
Well, that's a good question. Do they have the ground rule list for every ballpark? Are they checking a ground rule? This is a new one.
Every park has some little nuances that they have. That's what ground rules are. They're rules that aren't in a rule book. They just apply to a certain ballpark. But there's not too many places where the ball can bounce the way this one did.
Might we see our first ground rule home run?
I don't know what, if it hits the top of the fence and goes over, there's no question. It's a home run. It's been a home run forever. I don't know what they're looking at something and talking about something for some reason, and I don't know what it is.
Looks like they're just about done. Jerry Davis looks like he wants to take the headsets off. But because of the length of time they're looking at this, you have to imagine this is something that they're probably shrugging their shoulders at as well in New York. Well, we're going to get a decision. A double. How can that be a double? Wow, says Marte. Well, someone's got some explaining to do. Why is that not a home run?
Well, the explaining is taking place right now, right on our screen.
Yeah, I don't know how that can't be home run unless there is a specific ground rule for that left field or right field corner, because they're identical here.
Well, it did not hit the top of the fence and bounce over. It hit the side of the fence and bounced over. Now, does that make a difference? Apparently it does. Now watch, see, it does not hit the top. It hits up there by the padding. The top of the fence is where those people have their hands. They're resting on it. Where the top of the railing there,
right.
That's the top of the fence. So it doesn't hit up there. It hits down lower and then bounces over. So you see now, you can see where the home run line is up on top of that screen. It hit down by the top of the padding and bounced over. So that must be a ground rule specific to this ballpark, that's not a home run.
So Marte out at second base with his 18th double of the year. We are efforting an explanation from New York on this. I mean, anytime in any ballpark you see it hit the top of a wall and go over, that's a home run.
But, yeah, but that one didn't hit the top.
It didn't. It hit the top of the padding and went out. Now Jung Ho will try to get him in, but he takes strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Jung Ho gone. Gets ready to deliver. And he chases one. That pitch was well out in front of the plate. Well, apparently he got a piece of it. Like he swung and missed, but this is going to be called a foul ball.
This is going to be a battle all night long to try and stay back on all these slower pitches. The hitters are just going to have to just concentrate, stay focused. Every single pitch, stay back, stay back, stay back.
Burnett got his 8th win last night. AJ has
he never gets a foul ball.
No, he doesn't get that call. Ultimately strikes out. Well, Vargas had Dung way off balance in that at bat.
I mean, he was just out in front of everything he swung at.
One out and Pedro Alvarez up. Pedro facing a lefty. And the way that the bench situation is right now, Pirates carrying an extra pitcher in the bullpen. Cervelli is the only right-handed option on the bench, and you're not going to use him because of the wrist injury. You got 2 lefties, Decker and Ishikawa, so you'd say why lefty on lefty here today with Pedro. Well, he's going to face Vargas. Clint Hurdle hopeful that Pedro will do a good job tonight against the lefty. Pirates wear there. Not going to lose them in a crowd.
Nope, you pick him out right away.
Marte at second, and an 0-1 pitch coming to Pedro.
Nope, I got him.
Found him.
That's out quicker. They're only 8 rows behind the Pirate dugout. It's kind of like one of those. What does that look for Waldo type games?
I saw Waldo here last night. Yeah, he was easy to pick out too. Got a fastball.
No, not go that far.
A straight ball. How about a straight ball?
There you go. Right behind the dugout. 8 rows.
This town has been turned on its ear by this Royals team. Sellout crowd last night. Looking at another one tonight. 1-2 is the count. All blue around him.
Obviously, that's how I found it, but it wasn't that tough.
Like there are 2 highlighters right there. 1-2 to Alvarez.
Blue ink.
Sorry, 2-2. Major had a pretty good night last night. 2 RBIs, 2 hits, and a run scored. That's DH this season, 4 out of 10. Trying to get Marte home. There goes Marte for third. Pitches outside. Perez, no throw, and a stolen base. Marte's 19th steal.
And Marte had him timed. He's out there watching. I don't know where they were trying to concentrate more on Pedro than paying attention to him. He took advantage of it. Infield now in on the grass.
Payoff pitch to Alvarez. Inside ball 4. Pirates with runners at the corners and 1 out. There's Brent Morel coming up. An RBI opportunity. Marte down there just 90 feet away. Hitting a double that was originally called a home run. Crew chief review, and after they looked at it in New York, they took the home run away, put him at second base. Morel had his contract selected yesterday from Indianapolis. Spent some time with the Pirates last season. Doing a very good job in AAA. Hitting .266 there, 9 home runs, 47 runs batted in for the Indianapolis Indians. 2-0. This is Vargas' first ever start against the Pirates. He has faced them 3 times before out of the bullpen. Actually picked up a win once. Ahead of that one.
Doesn't matter what the count is, you still have to stay back. You get a 2-0, 3-1 count where you think, okay, you're going to come to me now. Maybe there's something a little harder in the mid 80s. Nope. You might get something up there, but there's no guarantees.
3-1.
Uh-oh, Vargas
Perez
is hurt.
wants time.
Vargas is hurt.
Vargas landed funny, didn't he?
I think it's his arm.
Vargas just activated from the disabled list today.
Something wrong with his arm.
He was coming back from an elbow problem, the flexor pronator, which is on the inside of your elbow. He had a strain that put him on the DL. Dave Island, the pitching coach, comes out along with manager Ned Yost. He can't go.
Yeah, they were trying to put the ball in his glove, and he turned around and said, "No, I can't. No way."
So Vargas, it was an inning and a third. And a turn of events for the Royals tonight. Joe Blanton will come on to pitch. Now, because of an injury, he'll get as many warm-up tosses that he needs. This is 2 pitches ago. Looked like he didn't feel very comfortable there.
Nah, look at him. He's letting it hang there at his side. And that's the one where it's, nope, it's done.
Oh, boy. A tough break for Vargas. Vargas night comes to a conclusion. Joe Blanton will take the ball from his skipper. He's playing the ball game right now. He inherits 2 base runners with 1 out. We're in the top of the second. We'll take a timeout here in Kansas City.
brought to you by the Chevy Trax and your Western PA Chevy dealers. By Fridays, Happy Friday. And by Day Automotive. We're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
No score in the top of the second. One out. Pirates have two on. And Jason Vargas, the starter, has been injured and left the ball game. And Joe Blanton comes on to take over. Here is our Day Automotive this day in Pirates history. On this date in 2010, the Pirates put up a 9-spot in the first inning against the Brewers, highlighted by Pedro Alvarez's first career grand slam. Pedro also added a solo shot in the second inning for his first multi-homer game in his career. Pirates. Willie Stargell, 1982. Hit his final home run, a club record 475th solo blast, gave the Bucks a 3-2 win over the Reds. Larry McWilliams got the win. Kent Colby the save. So Joe Blanton takes over, the veteran right-hander. He's been around a little while.
Well, they're going to need some innings out of him, obviously, and he has, that in his repertoire. He's got 4 starts. Did something a little unusual in his last game. Got his first save ever.
Yeah.
At 34 years old.
And that was on Sunday in Chicago against the White Sox.
Second oldest pitcher ever to record his first save.
The oldest was Buddy Carlisle when he was with the Mets. He was 37 when he got his first save. Carlisle throughout his career a starter. So Blanton ready to go, and he will face almost ready to go. He'll face Brent Morrell, and Morrell with a 3-ball 1-strike count on him. Well, Dave Allen's got to be frustrated for Jason Vargas. I mean, Vargas battled to come back off the disabled list today. The Royals today just sent starting pitcher Yordano Ventura back down to AAA Omaha.
Might not be there long. Says he's ready.
Now Brent Morrell comes up with a 3-1 count. Dave Moore, the GM of the Royals. I'm sure he's frustrated for Vargas too.
He's mulling over his options right now.
So here we go. Blanton working out of the stretch. Marte at third. Alvarez at first. 1 out. And Morrell fouls this pitch back. Now a full count. Morrell had hit .340 this month in Indianapolis in 12 games. His 2015 Pirates debut. .3-2 pitch from Blanton. And he gets Morrell a chase. 2 men out.
With 3-2 breaking ball well out of the strike zone, bouncing it. I'm thinking that was probably more of a mistake pitch. He might throw this 0-2 or 1-2, but full count. You don't really think about bouncing a breaking ball, but it worked. Pirates lineup is set up for a left-handed pitcher for the opposition. It's going to be obviously in the Royals' favor now.
Stewart, a 302 hitter. Stewart has hit in 8 straight games for the Pirates. Singles and doubles for Chris Stewart. 1-1 pitch. All 2 strikes.
Ron Blanton showing a pretty good breaking ball.
Runners off first and third, 2 down. There goes Alvarez, and Stewart fouls off the pitch.
Looked like that got Perez on the throwing hand.
Came up and stung him. Well, they're all still there.
I've always wondered why very few catchers do it. Sometimes you see somebody does. Why don't they leave that throwing hand out of harm's way and hide it behind their leg, their back? Few guys do, but so many of them just leave it out there.
It's in the dirt. Alvarez will be down to second base. Stewart looking to come up with a single here. Could get 2 in. And still waiting for an explanation. We do not have it yet from New York on why that was not a home run by Marte. As soon as we get that info, we'll pass it along. 2-2. Inside, full count.
You got to think breaking ball here, huh? I guess it's full count, so you can't really guess, but we can because we're not standing up there with a bat. But he threw breaking ball to Morel, so I think that full count. He's going to do it here. Yes, he did.
He strikes out Stewart. Pirates leave 2, get 1 hit. After an inning and a half, no score in Kansas City. Be 1-0, but Starling Marte had a home run taken away after a crew chief review. Now the umpire, or the unnamed umpire in New York, made the call after Phil Cuzzy, the third base umpire, called this a home run. It goes off the top of the padding and then bounces at an angle into the bullpen. And then after a consultation with the replay official in New York, that umpire there ruled it a double. We have been asking New York and had been on hold with them for quite some time before they finally gave us this answer. No comment. they are not commenting on the result. And typically what happens, just so you know, they communicate with the broadcasters, the television production people, and the broadcasters via email during a game. And they usually will send an email. I'm on that list. I get an email after every single review, and it explains what the ruling was. Well, I haven't had that email yet either. And usually they're pretty quick about it. Eric Hosmer, the batter, so New York, we'll wait. Hopefully we get that summary email from them. But in the meantime, they told us no comment. They refused. In the past, they've always spoken to our production people and told them the story, but this time they did not, which is a surprise. So instead of his 14th home run, he settles for his 18th double, gets stranded at third base, and there's no score for the Pirates. Two balls and two strikes to the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. And he fouls this one off. It's been an eventful game so far. We're just at the bottom of the second.
My guess is that Clint didn't get a no comment.
Hosmer down on strikes, one away.
Do you think New York told Jerry Davis it's a double, but we're not going to tell you why, just no comment?
I believe not.
No.
Jerry knows. And maybe the pool reporter who's allowed to talk to the umpires after the game, maybe he'll get an answer. Unless we get one in the meantime. Was called a home run here at this ballpark by third base umpire Phil Cuzzy. That's how he saw it.
Yeah, the call was overturned. No comment.
That's one of the things about the expanded replay system that after the first year was one of the things, the broadcasters, I believe, had asked for more communication, to have more.
No, I asked for him to do away with it.
I know what you want, but to have more communication. In fact, the first year it was in progress. Last year, if you were on radio, each stadium was supposed to be equipped with a feed, and somebody internally was supposed to tell you in your ear what's going on. Haven't had that once anywhere this year. So that's like either changed or just not being utilized. And, I mean, in the NFL, they have a microphone on the referee. In the NHL, they do. In baseball, sometimes it'd be really nice to get an explanation from the home plate umpire.
You used to be able to get mad at the umpire. Now you have to get mad at a headset. That's all it's changed. You still disagree with calls, but now you can't. It's not a person anymore. You can't say, "Oh, that umpire, he messed that up." No, now you're looking at a headset, and you can get mad at a headset. That's always that's how it's changed. I mean, how many times have we disagreed with calls after they've come back?
Andres Morales out on strikes, 3 strikeouts in a row for Cole.
But I mean, it's just the no comment thing. It's just that's just beyond believable.
And it's not that we're upset about the call. I mean, obviously you'd like to have a home run, but it's the fact that they have so far refused to explain it. And this is not a ballpark the Pirates are in a lot. In fact, they haven't been here since 2006, so maybe it is a specific ground rule down in that corner. I have a question out to somebody in the other side of the press area to try to find that out for us. If that is a specific ground rule there in the left and right field corners, and they're trying to get back to me on it, but again, to get no explanation
maybe it's not even a ground rule. Maybe there's a rule somewhere that if the ball hits top of the padding and goes over, it's not a home run, and we're just not smart enough to know that.
Salvador Perez deep to left, and on the track it's Marte to make the catch. No padding involved there. After 2 innings, no comment. Umpire Jerry Davis, the crew chief, conversing, so Clint's probably got the explanation on the play from the home plate umpire who was on the headsets. Doesn't look like he was too satisfied with the answer either. Top of the 3rd inning, and Sean Rodriguez will lead off.
Well, some things you just never know. This might be one of them.
I just got the ground rules sent to me.
No, what is it? Does it say it's a padding? It's a.
And that's a foul ball. You got to read them. Just got them.
Oh, you mean I thought you had a specific ground rule.
No, they sent all of the ground rules to me.
Well, that's okay. We don't need to hear them all.
Says above surrounding fence line is a home run.
I think that's true in every home. How's that a ground rule?
It is. It's true in every park. The fence line, which is the fence up on top, doesn't say anything specifically about the padding. But then the fence line where the bullpen is, that's where it went over. See, underneath that fence right there, that's not a home run. But we know that.
That's kind of common sense. It's got to go over the fence. No, they don't have to put that in a rule.
So in this case, perhaps it might be the same as if it hit the warning track and bounced over the wall. That's probably what they're saying. It's a ground rule double, and that's all they had to say instead of no comment.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, you say it's a ground rule double. It's a ground rule double.
Yeah.
That's certainly understandable. Rodriguez down on strikes.
I mean, 10 seconds into the whole thing, we said it might be a ground rule.
So why can't they just explain it? Hey, that's an easy one. It's a ground rule double. Case closed.
Well, it wasn't an easy one because that's why they took. I mean, how long did they talk and look and talk and talk
3 minutes
and look? So
19 seconds.
It wasn't like, oh, hey, that's an easy one, guys. It's a ground rule. It hits the top of the padding. So there was something that was not easy about that call, and we won't know what that was.
Pitch to Polanco. Inside for a ball. Now Blanton has come out of the pen for Vargas, and he has struck out the first 3 men. One-0 pitch. It's a strike. And the 1-1 delivery. Fouled away. 2 strikes.
Blanton has about the simplest windup you've ever seen. He moves his left foot back about 3 inches, and that's his windup. That's his left foot. There it is. That's his windup. A little movement of his foot. Yeah, a lot of guys, they try to simplify things so they become very repeatable, and Blanton has really taken that to heart. Not doing much of anything. He already has his body turned sideways. Just that little bit of a step backwards to get a little momentum.
Pirates can't put anything in play against it.
His breaking ball is so far unhittable. There's that little bit of a step back, a timing mechanism just to get everything going.
Came in with a 3-1 count on Morel and finished off the strikeout. Then strikes out Stewart, Rodriguez, and Polanco in succession. Walker, ground ball to the right side, and that's an error. Omar Infante on a routine ball. Walker, big turnaround first base, and he'll dive back. So an error on the Royals' second baseman.
Simple play. Nothing difficult about that one. Yeah, he kind of played that into a little bit of an in-between hop. If he would have just laid back a little bit, which you can do at second base because you have so much time with that short throw, he would have got a longer hop and would have had a little bit more time to watch the ball to his glove.
Kutchup with 2 down. Pitch up high, ball 1. Andrew grounded out to Escobar to end the first inning. Ground ball towards second. This time Infante's got it. He flips to Escobar. They retire Walker on the force out. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. No score after 2.5. Thank you very much, Rob. Here, no score. Bottom of the third inning. And Garrett Cole drove from Pittsburgh to Kansas City to watch Coltrane and the gang. Garrett has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters he's faced. The other 3 have flied out to Marte.
It's an easy drive, just down 70 a little ways.
The directions are easy to get here.
Yeah.
Just
70 west.
Let's go to Washington and keep going.
And get off at that exit right up there in right field.
Jung Ho's got the ball. He throws out Infante. 1 out. This Friday, Pirates taking on the Nationals at 7:05. First 20,000 fans receive a Raise It t-shirt. Compliments of FedEx Ground. Join the Barrel Automotive block party on Federal Street before the game with food, live entertainment, and games. And you can stop by the Kugel Bar as well. Get tickets at pirates.com/free shirt Friday. Make sure you're out there on Friday. This weekend's going to be another busy weekend. Good ball club in Washington coming in. Pirates owe them a little bit for the series and the way it turned out in D.C. A 1 pitch to Alex Rios.
A chance to see Bryce Harper in action.
See Liriano back in action against the Nationals. 1-1. Hit to center field. McCutchen drifting back now, moving back. He's not going to get it. And into second base standing is Rios. That ball may have fooled McCutchen as he took a few steps back and then had to turn it on as he headed to the wall.
Yeah, that ball had some real good carry on it. And not a bad pitch. Looked like it was down and away, and he must have been able to get an awful lot of backspin on this ball for it to take off like that. Cole was upset with himself before he even turned around.
Double number 8 for Rios. Which brings up the number 9 hitter, Gerard Dyson. Cole trying to go after Dyson here. Still upset, you can tell. Strike 1 to Dyson.
Cole has set a very deliberate pace for himself in tonight's game. A little bit of humidity out here. Not like last night. I thought it was much more uncomfortable. You can kind of see how he's taking it very slow in between pitches. Taking his time, thinking about each one. Hey, looking on. Watching his prized pupil.
Balls behind Dyson. 3 balls and a strike. Corner, did not get the call. And a ground ball to second base. Walker will throw on to first for out number 2, and advancing from second to third is Rios. Tonight's Allegheny Health Network injury update. Earlier today, Francisco Liriano back at it in the bullpen. Scratched from his last start right before it. He actually went out to throw in the outfield in Milwaukee. Gives the thumbs up, says he's okay, and he will start Thursday against the Nationals. So he'll get back into the rotation in his regular spot Thursday. Leadoff man Escobar at the plate, the shortstop. 2 outs. Cole deals low ball 1. double to the center field wall. He's standing at third now. Escobar lined out to left field, and he hits a soft grounder to short. Tunho throws him out. The Royals will leave a man. Nothing across for Kansas City. One hit, one left. We'll head to the fourth in Kansas City.
On Twitter Tuesday by Roy Todd. Charlie, what have you learned about pitching you wish you knew when you started your MLB career?
That's a great question. Well, one, I think would have been awesome if I was throwing the ball more naturally. My slot that I throw in now, I feel like it's the most natural for me. I really wish that I had tried that earlier. There's so many things that I wish I knew. But that's probably the one thing, just throwing, throwing the right way.
Boy, don't we all wish we knew now wish we knew then what we know now. That applies to pitching and life in general. But for Charlie, hey, a little more throwing early in his career.
Yeah, that would be a superpower if you could do that, Robbie.
Go back in time, power.
Well, Marte needs about another foot on this next hit. Swing and a miss. 0-2 to Starling. Marte with a ground rule double. First time up. Check swing, foul ball. Hangs in there.
Different sort of game tonight.
Very much so.
Now, this is the kind of baseball we've been seeing most of the year. Especially early in the game, pitchers' duels.
Last night, A.J. Burnett giving up 6 earned runs, 11 hits, and picked up his 8th win. So he normally doesn't give up that many hits or runs. But it was just that kind of night here.
And he got a win. Perfect example of how things do seem to even out.
Two count on Blanton. Francisco Cervelli taking it in tonight, still nursing a sore right wrist. Ground ball to the left side. Moustakas gloves it. And just barely gets Marte. Marte got down the line in a hurry. Moustakas' throw arrived just a split second ahead of him.
I can't think that there's any right-hand hitter in baseball that gets down there any quicker than Marte does. way he swings the bat, gets a great break out of the box. Marte with a 1-out swing, or excuse me, Jung Ho with a 1-out single.
1 on and 1 out now for the Buccos. Pedro Alvarez up. Now, Pedro had to face the lefty Vargas before he was injured. Vargas walked him. In fact, he was the last man that Vargas faced prior to leaving the game. He was in the middle of an at-bat with Brent Morel, a 3-1 count when he had to leave, but the last completed at-bat was with Pedro. Plate appearance, I should say, since he walked. Pitch a ball to Pedro. Blanton's been around a while. Made his big league debut with Oakland. Was with the A's for a bit. We saw him with the Phillies and the Dodgers. Spent part of a season with the Dodgers. Spent a good part of 2013 with the Angels. Last year was in AAA in the Pacific Coast League for just a couple of games. The Sacramento club. Back in the big leagues this year with Kansas City. Pedro awaits the 2-0 pitch. Two balls and 1 strike.
So as Pedro got out ahead 2-0, they went into this shift thinking, okay, Pedro's ahead in the count. He's going to be trying to drive the ball, pull the ball. So they moved everybody over.
Pedro's got great numbers against Blanton, too. .583 is his average against Blanton. 7 for 12 with 3 home runs. He's now got an even count on him, 2-2.
So they should move back now and play where they were, right? But why don't they do that?
I don't have those answers. I'm not in those meetings, Bob.
Well, now he's not out in the out ahead of the count.
2-2. This one driven to right field, but foul. Players know how they do against certain pitchers, so Blanton came on. Pedro probably perked up a little bit.
And nobody really knows specific numbers, but you know good or bad. That's for sure.
Oh, he struck him out with an on-speed pitch. Pedro 0 for 1 now, and there are 2 men out with Jung Ho at first base. We want to see your strongest fan photo now. Use the hashtag #PittDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. It's brought to you by T-Mobile. Again, the hashtag #PittDataStrongFan. Looking forward to seeing your photo or photos later in the telecast. Brent Morel, a strikeout victim, first time up. Pirates collectively as a team have struck out 7 times already against both Vargas and Blanton. Vargas with 2, Blanton with 5. Jung Ho takes off for second base, and he is out. Salvador Perez throws him out. Jung Ho staying put. 2 hits for the Bucks, 1 for the Royals. Jung Ho Kang caught stealing. Salvador Perez gunning him out.
He had just a fantastic jump. Perez still was able to throw him out. Kang probably was amazed that the ball got there in time after that jump he had.
A catch and tag in the same motion by Infante. And the third baseman Moustakas takes a strike. Second hitter in the order for Kansas City. It'll be Moustakas, Kane, and Hosmer batting against Garrett in the fourth. Swing and a miss. Way out front was Moustakas. A lot of folks the last couple of days, the Royals and Pirates don't see each other very much. Garrett Cole in the conversation a lot. Folks saying we can't wait to get a look at this guy in person. He is earning his accolades. He's earning all kinds of respect around baseball. And people who don't get to see him very much, other than perhaps on television, getting a good glimpse of him here tonight. Two and two to Moustakas.
Cole still kind of taking it nice and easy tonight.
This one is drilled foul. Here with a new baseball. Garrett's 2-2 pitch. Fills up the count at 3-2. Pitches for Garrett so far. Lorenzo Cain on deck.
And not that he needs it, but a good win tonight. That confidence that Cole has will even start taking a little higher. He can add the Kansas City Royals to his win column.
Just got an email, Bob. Three two. Foul tip into the glove of Stewart for strike 3.
97. Powered it by him.
Just got the official email from Major League Baseball on the review of Marte's home run that was overturned. The one that they gave us no comment on. Now they're giving us a comment saying that after viewing all relevant angles, the replay official definitively determined that the ball struck below the top of the outfield wall and bounded over another wall. The call is overturned. It is a ground rule double. Had the ball struck the top of the outfield wall and bounded over, it would have been ruled a home run. And the top of the wall here ruled that metal fencing.
Yeah, which we speculated like 30 seconds into the whole thing, and that's all they needed to tell us.
Yeah, so
in the beginning, that it was a ground rule, that it bounced over.
That's it. That's all I can tell us. Kane, foul tip.
I still think that it's odd that a ball can hit a wall and bounce over.
Yeah, that's the configuration of this park. It's
It's
weird.
an odd ground rule. Why wouldn't the ground rule say the other way? If it hits the top of the padding and continues on over that fence, it should be a home run. It's not like it bounced on the dirt. But that's the ground rule, so you got to go with that. Got to go with the rule.
Got a Ground rule doubles 3 words. No comments 2 words. They could have just given us 1 more word. Certainly was in their word budget. Count is full now to Kane. One out, payoff pitch from Cole to the Royals center fielder. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes to Lorenzo Cain. Cole struck him out in the first. And the payoff. Comebacker. Pump fake, and Rodriguez is there, and there are 2 gone. Let's go back to our Root Sports studios, and Rob King, he's got this game break. Well, the Cardinals got the extra point, not the 2-point conversion. Matt Holliday back at it again. The Cardinals up big over the White Sox. Cardinals will have to play these Royals on Thursday in a single game in St. Louis, a makeup game. 1-0 to Hosmer. 2 outs, bases empty. 1-1. Yeah, right after the game Wednesday night, Pirates will be flying back to Pittsburgh to open the series with the Nationals Thursday night, and the Royals have to fly east to St. Louis. Just 1 game.
Not a long flight.
And Hosmer goes the opposite way. Marte will pick it up. Hosmer trying for 2. Here comes the throw. Morel puts the tag down, and Hosmer is out. That is the second man in 2 nights that has been gunned down at second base by Starling Marte. Still no score as we head to the 5th. To a double. He gets Eric Hosmer on this play.
You know, most teams aren't used to having to play against other clubs that have such a good arm in left field. And traditionally, you put your weakest arm out in left field, where the Pirates have their best arm really out in left field. I think they're a little surprised when they try to go for that double and they find themselves getting thrown out rather easily at second base.
And Brent Morel made the tag. Pirates are in a shift, so the third baseman was over at second base and took the throw, and he takes a strike here. 1-1. 2 balls and a strike to Morel. Joe Blanton done a pretty good job after coming in for the injured Jason Vargas. Vargas lasted an inning and a third before his left arm gave him trouble again. And Vargas was activated off the disabled list today. The Royals sending Yordano Ventura, last night's starter, down to AAA. And Vargas injured again. Morel down to third base. Moustakas handles it. 1 out for the Pirates in the 5th. Follow the Pirates wherever you are with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com At Bat for your smartphone or tablet. One out for the catcher, Chris Stewart. He struck out swinging in the 2nd. It's a bullet foul. George Brett watching tonight. Clint Hurdle mentioned he was hoping to catch up with his former teammate. Number retired.
One of the greatest hitters of all time. He had 1 year where he hit .395.
Strike called to Stewart.
Maybe it was .390.
Either way, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's awfully close to hitting 400. Might have been .390.
Neat to see the reaction of George Brett last year when the Royals won the American League pennant. He, of course, was part of the team in '85 here. Stewart, which one in the gap. Ball goes into second base. Holding Stewart at first with a 1-out single. We want to wish a happy birthday to Paul Dacey from the Lexus Club. Paul's celebrating his 29th birthday again.
Happy birthday, Paul.
He's had a number of 29ths. Paul, we're thinking of you. One out and one on, and stretched by Blanton. Rodriguez pops this pitch foul. That'll make the seats over the first base dugout. Also a happy birthday to Pirates media relations man Jim Tredinich, who's not on this trip. He's home celebrating his birthday.
29.
29th again. Yep. For the 100th time. He's sitting with big Bucco fan Bob Toppich. All he wants for a birthday present is a Pirate win tonight.
Well, I like our chances the way Cole's pitching, but we got to get something going against Blanton. Blanton coming out of the bullpen, throwing up zeros.
Sean 0 for 1. Cole still getting them out. Sean fouls it back off to our left. One and two to Sean Rodriguez. Average sitting at the Mendoza line currently. And this one into the glove of a diving Moustakas, throws to second for 1. Back to first, called out.
I'm not sure about that out call.
Rodriguez believes he's safe. The Royals players are not leaving the field. Clint Hurdle is going to get the word whether or not to challenge this. It looks like he's going to. Moustakas stealing a hit from Rodriguez, and then this is the end of the play. Rodriguez appears to be safe. First base umpire Tony Randazzo with a punch out.
Back to the headset.
Again, a great play by
Moustakas. It was a great play by Moustakas. A little bit low, but I mean, you can understand it with the throw to second base. But Moustakas really came up with a gem. That looked like it was going in the left field. He would just get one out. I'm surprised they were even going to try for two.
Allegheny Health Network Supermo giving us this look.
Foot's on the bag, ball's still in the air.
They're showing it on the Jumbotron in center field. And normally, if it would go the other way, you would hear a much larger reaction from this sold-out crowd tonight. Here's the call. Overturned. Fielder's choice. Inning stays alive with Rodriguez at first base and Gregory Polanco coming up.
Two calls overturned now tonight. Looked at two, overturned them both.
Polanco is 0 for 2 tonight. Popped up to short and struck out swinging. Throw to first and Sean gets back.
You know why they overturned that one, right?
Why?
No comment.
It's just too easy. I knew that was coming. This one's whipped foul up the first baseline. So I knew why they overturned it, but I just wanted to hear.
I know
you saying
did a nice, good Ed McMahon there.
Well, they got them both right, ultimately, right?
Yep.
Strike call. It's 0-2. Polanco in the hole behind Blanton here. Just off the plate, 1-2. Blanton's 1-2 pitch to Gregory. He swung on and hit slowly on the ground to the right side. Infante charging. Got time, and he gets Polanco. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Halfway through the 5th in Kansas City. welcome Coon Communications viewers in the Walnut Bottom area. Thanks for watching and rooting on your Pittsburgh Pirates. All of us at Root Sports and the Pirates appreciate your support. Along with Bob Walk and Robbie Itzmakowski, I'm Tim Neverett. Kauffman Stadium. A gorgeous summer evening in Kansas City. No score, just 5 hits combined, 3 for the Pirates. Another sold-out crowd tonight, back-to-back sellouts. As the Royals have been doing very well, the Pirates attracting a good crowd. You get the second and third best records in all of Major League Baseball with these two teams. And these two teams both with very good stories to tell, and the way that they have come back with resurging teams in their respective markets, kind of on the same track. The Royals getting through the wild card last year and then fighting their way to the American League pennant, ultimately getting into the World Series, taking the Giants deep before the Giants would ultimately win. Pitch hits the designated hitter, Kendrys Morales.
Odd velocity number on this pitch. It's only 93, so it's not a real normal fastball you see from Cole. Almost like he tried to take something off it and just kind of spot it, maybe on the inside corner. It looked like it might even been a two-seamer.
Catcher Salvador Perez
didn't just kind of let it go, though. It wasn't as a normal release to a pitch.
Strike one to Perez. He flied to Marte in left field to end the second inning. Cole had retired the first 7 straight batters in the ballgame before Alex Rios got him for a double in the third. Rios would ended up stranded at third base. Chase and a miss. 1-2 to Perez. Perez had a pair of singles in the game last night. He went 2 for 5. And that was coming off a series in Chicago against the White Sox where he struggled. Went 1 for 14. Ground ball to third. Morel whips it to second. Walker the turn around the horn, double play.
One thing we saw last year from Morel, he plays a very good defensive third base. And if you're going to go around the horn with a double play, you got to have a real good throw on the first one. Right there, chest high, right on the back.
Or Chick-fil-A double play. Morel to Walker to Rodriguez. Two outs, bases empty for the second baseman, Omar Infante. Went to the backstop. 2-0. They talk about how baseball has surged in both the Pittsburgh and Kansas City markets almost simultaneously. Listening today to local sports talk in Kansas City, it's wall-to-wall Royals talk all day. There's a ground ball inside third down the line. And now Infante headed for second base. Marte struggles with it in the corner, but he will hold Infante to a double.
Corners can be a little tricky. The ball will run right along that curved wall that we saw so much of a couple innings ago when we were looking at that ground rule double. And Marte did what he needed to do. He got his foot right up against the fence underneath the padding. Probably a suggestion from Clint Hurdle on how to play that curve. Get your foot in there so the ball can't follow it around and get by you. When that was an artificial surface, that was really something that was an issue here. That ball hugging the fence. By the time you got back to it, it might be straight away left field.
It's outside to Rios. Barrel Automotive League leaders, double play groundouts. Garrett Cole has induced 17 of them. Chris Heston of the Giants and Tim Hudson of the Giants, 17 and 15. These are updated numbers right after that last double play that was turned.
Pretty much dominated by two teams. Huh?
Yeah, Pirates and Giants. It's outside. The Royals have issued a brief update on starting pitcher Jason Vargas, saying that he left the game with left medial elbow pain. This one in the air to right, playable for Polanco. And Gregory will put it away for out number 3. No runs a hit, one man left. On to the 6th. We've got a scoreless game. '15 Pirates All-Stars to Cincinnati for the 2015 Midsummer Classic on a special edition of Inside Pirates Baseball. Go behind the scenes with McCutcheon, Burnett, Melanson, and Cole as they partake in this year's All-Star festivities on Inside Pirates Baseball, Kings of the Queen City. Friday after postgame on Root Sports. And AJ now can put that All-Star status on his resume. Garrett Cole, early in his career, checks that one off the list. Right now has done a fine job through 5 innings keeping the Royals off the scoreboard and has limited them to just 3 hits. McCutcheon comes out on deck. Walker will lead off. And a new pitcher, Ryan Madson. Madson takes over for Blanton. Blanton went 3 2/3, had 5 strikeouts, gave up 2 hits. Madson, the third pitcher used since the starter Jason Vargas had to leave after an inning and a third with the elbow issue. And Madson's first pitch coming to Walker. Strike 1. Reached on an error by Omar Infante in the 3rd inning. Struck out swinging back in the 1st. Madson out of the stretch at all times. Delivers inside. Madson recorded his first save since September of 2011 on Saturday in Chicago in an extra innings game. He had to work a scoreless 14th inning to get it. It was his 53rd career save. Leads it off 1-2. This is the 15th appearance he's made against the Pirates in his career. It's 2-1. An ERA of 2.08. Walk and 14 strikeouts against Pirate hitters throughout his career. And the pitch from Madsen in the dirt. Evens the count at 2-2. Of concern around the ballpark. Pirates fans want some runs. Madsen was with the Philadelphia Phillies for a long period of time. Spent 2012 with Cincinnati. Didn't pitch in 2014, but back here this year, his first year with the Royals. Shaking off Perez. Now the 2-2 to Walker. Yeah, with a 10-game hitting streak, looking to extend it. He's got a souvenir.
Sitting in St. Louis, where everyone wears the Reds, everybody with the blue shirt. It's pretty.
He'll hits this one well to left center field. Lorenzo Cain on the run, and he makes the catch in stride deep in the left center field gap.
Pretty amazing. These fans noticed last night how incredibly loud they can get. If the Royals stay good, it could be quite a cross-state rivalry between the Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals. I mean, it's going to be amazing. They are certainly, as you mentioned earlier, Tim, in the first inning, about how passionate they've come and just loving what the Royals have done now. Very similar to what has happened in Pittsburgh. Passionate baseball fan, very similar to what we see in St. Louis, with everybody showing up in the red shirts. Except I think they're a lot louder here.
It was loud last night.
Yeah.
It's especially late in the game when the Royals scored a couple of runs. Now to come back.
And this is a smaller stadium, kind of very open. You would think it wouldn't get that loud.
That's different because it's not a downtown stadium. St. Louis's downtown stadium.
Well, isn't the across the parking lot from where we are right now, just a few hundred yards, the football stadium, Arrowhead, that's one of the loudest, isn't it?
It is. Absolutely. Catching a swing and a miss.
Baseball stadium, football stadium, another similar thing to Pittsburgh, right next to each other. Separated by a parking lot. Maybe even closer here, I think.
Yes, absolutely. 1-2 pitch to Kutch. Down low, 2-2. But the Royals took a similar path, building through the draft and development. Building with a number of core players. McCutcheon's certainly one of those for the Pirates. Goes without saying. Full count. Three balls and 2 strikes to Andrew McCutchen. Ryan Madsen delivers. And Kutch hits a ground ball. Is it off his foot?
Oh, yeah, I think he just slipped.
Or did he slip?
No.
It's like
Hey, he's going back. Call him out. I think he just slipped.
Slipped getting out of the box and walking back to the dugout gingerly. So he never got out of the batter's box and is thrown out 6-3. McCutchen 0 for 3.
Looks like he's limping a little bit. That left foot just went out from underneath him.
Two men out. Marte fouls this one back. Yeah, typically when you see a ball go in fair territory and the batter down from where we sit behind home plate, oftentimes it's off a foot or a shin guard. But that one was just a clean ground ball as it turned out. One to count. Ground rule double for Marte in the second inning, and he grounded out the third and the fourth. One of the strangest ground rule doubles you'll ever see.
Well, I've never seen a ball hit a fence, bounce over, and not be called a home run.
Bouncing ball to third. Moustakas plays the short hop and throws out Marte. 1-2-3 go the Pirates in the top half of the sixth inning.
A group of Pirates, members of the Pirates traveling party, visited the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum just about 10 minutes here from the ballpark. Lots of Negro League history in the city of Pittsburgh. The Homestead Grays, the Pittsburgh Crawfords, whose uniforms the Pirates wore in Milwaukee a couple nights ago. They're the guys getting a tour from the president of the Negro Leagues, Bob Kendrick, Travis Ishikawa, Chris Stewart, Ray Searage, Euclides Rojas, among the guys going there, Dave Joust. There you see him posing in the mock baseball field. Now, in that baseball field, they had the greatest players ever at each position in the Negro Leagues represented in statue form. They were standing there a second ago with the late, great Satchel Paige. What a cool museum. Anybody that is going to visit Kansas City or Kauffman Stadium at any time, even if you're a baseball fan, casual, or a diehard baseball fan, this is an absolute must. Visiting the Negro Leagues Museum here in suburban Kansas City. Fantastic stuff. And tomorrow, Tim and Bob, we have a full-length feature coming your way on the experience in Pirates pregame that these guys went through.
All right, looking forward to that, Robbie. Thank you. Dyson swings and misses. That's strike two to him. That must have been a great experience. I know that members of the staff and the players that went that you saw. But, a great tour today. Always learning. Always want to learn about the game you're involved in. Dyson fouls it back. Balls and 2 strikes to Gerard Dyson. Grounded out to Walker in the 3rd inning. So he's 0 for 1. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Dyson down on strikes. Let's take a look now at a Point Park University tweet from some folks who are here tonight, ready to raise the Jolly Roger in Kansas City. Rose Snyders are here. That's a great team photo.
Strong. I like it. Just I-70, that's all it is.
Yeah, you do not need
drive.
You do not need a GPS. You do not need any list of directions to get here from Pittsburgh. It couldn't be a more straighter shot.
Really, you can see the cars right now from our booth going back and forth on 70. That's how close we are.
Alcides Escobar ahead of Cole. 2 balls and no strikes. 294 is average, and Escobar having a nice year. .33 RBIs this year, which is 5th among American League leadoff hitters. Way out front, and it's 2-1. But among American League shortstops, Escobar is tops in runs scored with 51. Second in hits with an even 100. He's tied for 3rd in doubles with 16. And a comebacker right to Cole. Backhand stab and the underhand toss for out number 2. Attention fans, tickets purchased today and tomorrow. The Pirates will pay all service fees. This deal includes tickets purchased for the series against the Nationals starting Thursday and select home games in August. Don't miss out on great promotions, key divisional matchups, and more. For tickets, visit pirates.com/no fees. Again, the fees aren't waived. The Pirates are going to pay them for you. Take advantage of that offer. I think it's going to be a pretty good series with the Nationals, the leaders in the National League East. Stock jumping to get out of the way. Before the start of play tonight, the Nationals had a 3-game lead over New York in the East, 7-game lead over Atlanta. And they had to climb their way up through the standings. The Mets had the division lead for much of the first half. And then later in the first half, Washington back and forth with the Mets, and then finally they've been settled in that #1 spot for a while.
Well, they are the favorites, so I think everyone expected them to win that division. Mets kind of a surprise. Not much offense, but some outstanding pitching.
1-1 to Moustakas from Garrett Cole. It's up high, 2-1. Good fastball at 97. 81 pitches for Cole. Facing Kansas City in the bottom half of the 6th. Time at 95. Cole looking in at Stewart. Stewart will put a sign down here momentarily. Popped up, shallow left, coming on Marte. He'll grab it.
We need a run.
3 up and 3 down. Cole retires the Royals in order.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network. Health for all. By Kenny Ross, Ask a Neighbor. And by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin Furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
Garrett Cole has held the Royals to just 3 hits and no runs. The line score is virtually even with the exception of a Royals error. And sometimes divine intervention is okay here in Kansas City as far as they're concerned. They'll get your ring maybe. As the pontiff of baseball is on hand. Here is Kelvin Herrera.
Take a look at Herrera's numbers on the year. 41 games, have been busy. Not bad for the ERA, 2.08.
Used to be known as Kelvin Herrera, but recently told the Kansas City announcers he wants to be called Kelvin. So we'll call him Kelvin. They'll face Jung Ho Kang. Kang is 1 for 2. Kang has hit in 8 straight games. So some decent hitting streaks going on currently for the Pirates. Walker with 10. Stewart with 9. Kang with 8. One-0 pitch from Herrera. Jung Ho hits it to center field. Waiting for it is Kane. Nationals will return to PNC Park this Thursday, 7:05 game time. It's another military Thursday. Pirates wearing their camo jerseys and caps. Plus, stay after the game for a special weeknight Zambelli fireworks show. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. 4 game sets starting Thursday night. The weeknight fireworks show. Make sure you're there. You'll probably drive back on 70 and be there. Pedro Alvarez is 0 for 1 with a walk. Pedro also stole a base tonight. Facing Kelvin Herrera, 25-year-old from the Dominican Republic. He's been with the Royals organization his entire career since 2007. Signed as a non-drafted free agent. Pedro hits a high chopper toward first base. Hosmer will toss to Herrera. Close play, but Pedro is out.
All right, Pedro not giving up, going hard all the way down there, and making it pretty close. Laying back, make sure he got a good hop, which takes a little bit of time.
See where Herrera caught that ball.
Barely caught it.
Right in the heel of the palm. Squeezed it any harder, he might have squeezed it right out of the glove. Brett Morrell takes inside. Herrera, hard thrower. That last pitch to Alvarez was 100. This one 99. Ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss. Morrell struck out and grounded out. Bounced out to third his last time up. Shoots this one foul down the first base side. So Herrera gets ahead of him 1-2. Saturday in Chicago, Herrera was charged with his 3rd blown save of the year. He allowed a 2-out solo home run to the White Sox Alexei Ramirez in the 7th inning. And he was an all-star for the first time in his career. Did not appear in the game. And he has a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 7th. Stretch time in Kansas City. Still scoreless. That's Pirates coach Brad Fisher warming up Garrett Cole. He's been doing that between innings with the sore wrist of Cervelli, who's backing up tonight. So Fisher will hand off the mask and glove to Chris Stewart. Time now for our Data Strong fan photo of the game, brought to you by T-Mobile. Let's take a look at it. From Joy Frank Collins. Pirate parrot. He let the youngster borrow his cap. That was at PNC Park. Hashtag Pitt Data Strong Fan. And send us your photos. See him on an upcoming telecast. Thank you for sending that one. Lorenzo Cain, the center fielder, leads off. Royals half of the 7th inning. Cain 0 for 2. His average very solid, .317. Cole American League Player of the Week last week. Pops this one out of play.
Pretty good changeup from Cole. Nice touch on that pitch. Like Stewart wanted it outside. That's where Cole was able to place it. Cole is much more than just a great fastball.
Up and in.
You saw the sign was for up. High target. Wasn't really that far in. That ball probably maybe 3 inches off the plate at most.
Think your opinion would change if you were in the batter's box?
No, not at all.
No? 94 coming at you high. 2-2. He struck him out. Garrett Cole with another strikeout. Got Cain twice tonight.
Not really a great pitch here, kind of like a hanging breaking ball with anything else. And a lot of these end up off the wall, but not all of them.
6 strikeouts for Cole. Eric Hosmer, the first baseman, takes a strike.
It's an example of why when you hear a pitcher say, I threw one bad pitch and it cost me, always take that with a grain of salt, because there's about half dozen of those that he just doesn't remember.
Got away with them.
Yeah.
Hosmer was a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning, and in the 4th he had a base hit to the opposite field. Tried to stretch it for 2 and was thrown out easily by Starling Marte. Strike. Apparently he forgot about what Marte did to Moustakas last night. Similar situation.
One last night was even closer to the foul line.
Yeah.
A ground ball just inside the third base bag that Marte was able to get over to. Plays like that will win you a Gold Glove.
This one a bouncer toward the middle of the infield. Hosmer is out. Brent Morel playing in the shift in between Walker and Gum, making the play. 2 out for Kansas City in bottom of the 7th.
Very nice.
And for Brent Morel, who's been in AAA all season, this is nothing new. The Pirates will utilize the shifts throughout the minor league system, so as guys move up, they're very familiar with what they're supposed to do in certain situations defensively.
The time is when it's really important that you have that experience.
Morales tries to drop this one down the left field line.
Because when there's runners on base, that's when it can get a little complicated on who covers second base and who breaks to cover third. If a ball is hit the left, right side of you constantly have to talk back and forth. A lot of communication, so you have to have that experience at the minor league level before you get here of doing that. You can see why the shift is there. Now these are all ground balls, and there's a big open spot over on the left, so you don't play anybody there. Makes all the sense in the world.
Yep. And last night he hit 4 ground balls right there to that same exact spot, and Morel throws him out. So Cole with another 1-2-3 inning. Gets another strikeout as well. We're through 7. Buck's booth, especially if you have a sign like that.
That'll get you on.
Yeah, that'll certainly get you on.
Boy, that's putting the pressure on me, isn't it?
I mean, Bob's been lobbying to get that picture on for hours. For hours.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, I've been wanting to see that.
Well, see, Bob called the shift and showed you why the Pirates are playing where they were, so now he says you're his hero.
I understand.
You called it.
But that's really not what happened. Becky and Adam talked about the spray chart during dinner tonight, saying that they had it and that during the shift they would like to put that on, and that's how that all came about. And sure enough, as you were talking about, Morales hit the ground ball for the 5th time right in that same spot. Right into where they're shifting. Everything just actually a lot of planning went into that one little shot.
Numbers on Garrett Cole, 95 pitches right now.
No walks, 6 strikeouts.
Just 3 hits. Pirates need to get him some runs.
The problem is that he doesn't get the hit. He would knock one in by now.
Probably would have. Yeah. He likes the offensive part of the game. Can't say that about all the pitchers, but
well, I think they all.
Oh, Robbie, that's an E sideline.
Liriano maybe not, but
let's see now. Robbie trying. Oh, it took a bad hop.
Yeah, it did. It took a bad hop.
Yeah, hit the photographer in front of him. Redirected it.
Sometimes I don't think Frankie really likes going up to the plate. The hitter. I think everybody else really kind of enjoys it. Drew Locke said the other day why he was pitching in Milwaukee instead of here.
What did he say?
He says because there's a DH in Kansas City, they didn't want to lose his bat. And sure enough, yeah, he knocked in the only run the Pirates scored.
Well, he's got 2 hits, 2 of his 3 hits this year in Milwaukee.
Owns those guys.
That's a good hitter's ballpark for pitchers, apparently. Stewart goes down on strikes. Take a look at our Nissan road ahead. Neither of these guys will hit. Former teammates. Charlie Morton opposing Edinson Volquez. Volquez make his 20th start. Charlie his 11th. Edinson with a pretty good year so far. 8-5, 328. Charlie 6-3, looking for win number 7 in Game 3 tomorrow night. Sean Rodriguez takes strike 1 from Herrera. There's Eddie. Volquez seemingly likes it here in Kansas City. Getting a great opportunity. Sean now under 200 at 199 after 0 for in his first 2 at bats. Here's the pitch. A lot of heat out of this bullpen, and as you get later in the game, even though there's no score, you really got to start to concern yourself. Both teams do, with the back ends of the bullpen. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back, and will that make the radio booth? Greg Brown just missed it.
Yeah, he did.
He was right at Greg, and he missed it.
How did he do that?
I mean,
it was right there. I think he got a hand on it, didn't he?
Yeah, he might have. It was close to the window.
It was to his left. He had to go to his left. Now he's looking up there. He's trying to make an excuse about why he missed it.
See that divot behind him? That was from another foul ball, not during this series. But they go back in the booth.
Making an excuse about it right there. He's saying why it wasn't his fault. See, now Robbie didn't make any excuses. He just said, hey, I missed it. You know, why can't Greg do that?
Rodriguez to left field. Dyson running over there, and he'll play it on a hop, and it's a base hit for Rodriguez. He's joking. He says, I want that ball. He knows he's been struggling.
He's hit a couple balls decent. Hit that one last night real hard out to the warning track. That's when he was able to pull it enough. Dyson couldn't get to it.
That ends an 0 for 16 streak for Rodriguez.
Get the ball. Get the ball.
Well, the next hit was coming eventually.
What a good guy he is. Really, I don't care what his numbers say. He's a great addition to the team. He'll hit. He'll get hot here.
Polanco 0 for 3. One outside, 2-0. I guess with Herrera, the approach might be just to sit fastball on him because he's got such a high velocity pitch.
I don't think he can sit on anything else.
Looks in, shakes off the first sign from Perez. Three and 0.
I thought too low off speed pitch. Showing some fear of Polanco's bat. You know, he can throw 100 mile an hour. He didn't want to give him a fastball count.
Herrera's holding left-handed hitters to a 123 average on the year. Second among major league pitchers with at least 70 opponent at bats by lefties. 9 for 73. Wade Davis loosening up now for the Royals as Herrera walks Polanco, and with 1 out, the Pirates have 2 on. That'll push Rodriguez over to second base into scoring position. Dave Island, the pitching coach, will trot out. The Pirates with an opportunity. Neil Walker does not have a hit yet tonight, and it was last night when he came up with his first hit. It was a 2-run triple also in the 8th inning. after Polanco had reached. Rodriguez was also on base. McNeil came up with the same situation.
He ripped that ball down the right field corner.
Yeah. You got to be certain Walker's looking for a fastball in a certain spot here. He's hit 10 straight ball games. Pitch from Herrera. Walker fouls it back. You got a fastball. 0-1 to Neal. Sits safely in 19 of his last 20 games. Average at 273. 2 on, 1 out. Fouled away down the left side. It's 0-2. During his 10-game hitting streak, hitting 283 with a home run, 4 runs knocked in.
This is when it gets tough. You got 2 strikes and man can throw the ball almost 100 miles an hour out on the mound. You got to get defensive. You're thinking about, okay, if I get too quick with the bat chasing that fastball, will he then throw that changeup?
Walker pops this one up.
Came right at him with a fastball.
Dyson makes the catch, 2 down.
Didn't try to mess around on the 0-2 pitch. That one had a pretty good chunk of the strike zone. When you're a power pitcher and can throw the ball 99, you can go for that, just that inside half, get away with it.
So Walker walks back to the dugout. Walking from the first base dugout is Ned Yost, manager of the Royals. He will take out Herrera, go to Wade Davis. And he will bring in Davis to face Andrew McCutchen. Pitching change, timeout in Kansas City. Scoreless in the 8th.
By the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Andrew McCutchen will bat with 2 outs and 2 on in a scoreless game. Top of the 8th inning. And he will face a pretty tough right-hander and Wade Davis.
Yeah, he's pretty tough. 0.44 ERA. And opponent batting average is 154. Giving up 22 base hits in those 41 innings.
Well, he's got some interesting habits on his days off. When he was with Tampa Bay on a day off in Toronto, Talk about tough. He went out and shot a 6-foot, 300-pound black bear with a crossbow. What do you do on your days off? You're not hunting bear.
You know what I do.
Rodriguez at second, Polanco at first, and McCutchen facing Wade Davis.
And I have hunted bear many times. Just
for the record.
Yeah, for the record. Yeah.
On a day off during the season?
Not with a crossbow. Yeah. No, I usually do it in bear season.
Really?
Yeah. Which Pennsylvania is not in the summer.
2 outs, runners in scoring position. Good numbers, 429 average. That's trying to bring in the first run of the game. Davis, 29 years of age, from Marlboro, New York. Inside, ball 2. Davis has not allowed a home run in over 123 innings going back to September 4th, 2013. Bucks trying to get Cole a run here, home run or otherwise. There's 2-1. Davis had one of the best seasons by a reliever in Royals history last year. Primary setup man here. Runner takes off for third base. Kutch fouls it back, and Rodriguez had the base stolen. And an early break on Davis, his former teammate in Tampa Bay.
And the important thing here with Polanco getting to second base. Sean's already in scoring position out at second. But that double steal would have put 2 guys in scoring position. And a single would have put us up by a couple of runs.
2-2 to McCutchen. Crowd on their feet here in Kansas City.
Making noise. It's loud here.
Again, it's over 38,000 in a sellout tonight. Now the runners will be on the move anyway with 2 outs and a full count.
That's a little low.
The 3-2 pitch from Davis. And the Pirates leave 2 on. McCutchen 0 for 4, and we'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Nobody's scored yet. Driven. Travel with All-Star Mark Melanson to his home in Houston, Texas, as he gives a behind-the-scenes look at his family life, workout routine, and much more. It's Driven. Mark Melanson tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Root Sports. Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. It's rocking tonight. No score in the UPMC scoreboard. Well, you see some Renegades of the Rotunda have made it here.
Yeah.
They've infiltrated the crowd. So Garrett Cole starts the bottom of the 8th, facing Salvador Perez, the catcher. Perez is 0 for 2. He flied to left field, and then in the 5th inning, hit into an around-the-horn double play. Andrew McCutchen striking out, swinging. Wade Davis got him on a 3-2 pitch with 2 men on base. And a strike to Perez.
Interesting pitcher's duel, right? Garrett Cole against the entire Royal bullpen. And it's 0-0.
In the air to right center. Polanco calling. He's got it. One down. 8 in a row set down by Garrett Cole. Next pitch for Cole will be his 100th of the ball game. Ball 1 to Infante. Season high for Cole on pitches this year is 116. That was in Atlanta on the 7th of June.
Nothing going on right now in the pen. Let him go as long as he's mowing them down.
There's Mark Melanson out there, and typically in the 8th inning. It's part of his routine. 2-0 to Infante. He takes a strike. Shortened up a bit on the bat. Activity as Holland, the closer, is warming up for Kansas City. Strike 2. Pretty consistent with the pitches by inning, Bob.
Not bad at all. He's stayed out of the 20s. That's always important.
And the 2-2 is grounded toward the middle, and it's past Walker. A routine ground ball. Walker went to a knee, and it got past him.
Well, you got to be able to put this aside quickly if you're Cole. You can't get frustrated by that. This is going to be a pretty easy out. It just hit a soft spot in the dirt and didn't bounce. Stayed down right underneath the glove. Add to that league leading double play total.
Alex Rios, the batter. And Rios hits this one toward left center field. It's going to get down for a hit. Almost past McCutchen. And the throw goes to third base and allows Rios into second.
And that lose your double play opportunity there. Got to keep the double play in order.
Ball took a skip on him, and he's thinking third base when the ball's got to go to second.
Well, it's got to be at least low enough to be cut off. If it's low enough to be cut off, you know, that's almost good enough. It's throwing to second base, but it's a rainbow coming in, and it kind of went toward the middle of the infield also. Didn't really kind of go to third. You know, what really messed Kutch up there, I think, is that ball skipped and got him off balance as he was kind of lunging for it to stop it. And that threw the whole play off for him.
Ray Sears with a visit to Garrett Cole.
Yeah, here's another thought, too. With Dyson being the hitter, that would have been a heck of a double play to try to get anyway, but at least that would have been an option. Now it's not an option. Infield's going to play in on the grass.
Dyson, the number 9 hitter. 1 out. No score. And Cole will step off. Strike 1 to Dyson. He went down swinging his last at bat in the 6th.
That fastball 98. Cole knows that he needs a strikeout here. Whatever he's got left, he's going to put it into this at bat.
Oh, 1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
He overthrew that slider a little bit. He's trying to throw everything as a swing and miss pitch here.
Well, with barrel action for the Pirates, Archimedes Caminero and Jared Hughes loosening up. Ray went up. Bought time for the Pirates to get those 2 guys up. And the 1-1 now to Gerard Dyson. Base hit. And the Royals get on the board. And Polanco drops the ball. And Rios scores.
And Dyson is in scoring position. Not playing the best defense in this inning, obviously. 3 plays in a row, kind of questionable. Just like after the first error of the inning, there's nothing you can do here. Well, Cole's not going to have the choice to do anything but walk to the dugout. This is a tough ending of the night for him. He pitched a heck of a ball game. Defense, that's a nice classy thing. See, Cole did all the infielders, gave him a little tap. I mean, he knows that everybody
outing. 7 1/3 for Cole. Outstanding night for him. Defense and offense let them down to this point. Here's Archimedes Caminero. The Royals up 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Turn and face Dyson. Dyson not averse to taking off for third. We saw him do it last night.
He is definitely a threat to go at any time.
Inside move forcing Dyson back to second base. Errors this inning by Neil Walker and Gregory Polanco kicked the door open for Kansas City. What has been a playoff type game in a playoff type atmosphere in late July. Pitch now to Escobar. There goes Dyson for third. Throw down by Stewart, not in time. And a steal of third for Gerard Dyson, his 15th stolen base of the season. Force the Pirates to bring the infield in.
It's a very well balanced attack they have here. That's some guys that have the power, and they have several speed guys.
Escobar chasing a fastball there.
Out there again. Chase another one. Got to get a strikeout.
Greg Holland, the closer, was warming up when it was 0-0. Now this team has a lead. He will pitch the 9th against Marte, Gong, and Alvarez. And a base hit for Escobar. 3-0. The wheel has fallen off the card here in the 8th inning.
Escobar just going after that same pitch he'd swung and missed at. Him shaking his hand right off the very end of the bat. Doesn't sting too bad because he got an RBI. Disappointing. I'm sure nobody is more disappointed right now the way things went this inning than that guy.
Mike Moustakas at the plate, still 1 out. Escobar diving back to first. He closes the book on Cole. He'll be charged for 3 runs, 2 of them earned. His ERA goes from 2.30 to 2.31. Not much of a jump. So it stays right around where it is. Escobar has stolen 7 bases. He's been caught 4 times. Caminero to Moustakas. Pitch out. Nothing doing for Kansas City. Escobar over there at first base, leading the major leagues since June 15th in hits with 48. It's 8 more than any other player since the middle of June. Walker chasing him in that category. He's up there on the list. Walker not very pleased with what happened in the 8th off the bat of Omar Infante. The routine ground ball stayed down, went under the glove of Walker.
Yeah, it's kind of like a closer that gets a blown save. You got to really be thick-skinned, and that's the deal right now with Walker. I'm sure he feels bad about opening the door with that error, but he's been through it enough. He knows there's nothing to do about it now. Just got to keep playing the game. No matter what happens tonight, turn the page, come out again tomorrow. And that's why I think you saw right there at the end when Cole was coming off the mound, how he gave a little tap to all of his infielders saying, hey, we're all in this together. And Walker was the first one there to kind of like tap him on the back. I'm sure he said, my bad or my fault, but Cole, to his credit, said, no, we're all in this. It's nobody's fault.
Popped up third base side, long run for Jung Ho, who is in a shift, and he will make the catch. Well, that is a tough play considering where he started from to get there and retire Moustakas running full speed and to not actually overrun it.
Yeah, was able to slow down at the right spot. It was a great play. And you have that railing there at the end of those dugout seats that are coming out. He's got to be thinking about those. See him take a quick look, another quick look, wanting to know how close he was to that. And then the presence of mind when he does catch the ball, immediately turn around and see what the runner's up to.
2 men out, and the number 3 hitter Lorenzo Cain at the plate. Cain 0 for 3 tonight. Nine-game hitting streak for Cain. Again, he is 0 for 3 tonight. They're hoping to help him snap that streak.
Don't get cheated too much. That's a big, hard swing.
Big cut. Greg Holland ready to go in the top half of the ninth. Cain leads the American League in 2-out hitting. He bats .398, which is second in the majors, only to D. Gordon of the Marlins, who hits .411 with 2 outs. Pirates winning game 1 in a slugfest last night, 10-7. Pirates had 17 hits, the Royals 14. Tonight, a much different story. 4 hits for the Pirates, 6 for the Royals. Pirates have committed 2 errors this inning, and the Royals with a 3-0 lead. Caminero been working with Ray Searage on a few things, trying to help himself out. One thing concerning the reception, they want to make him hide the ball a little better. Ground ball to short. Jung Ho will go the short way to Walker, force out Escobar. 3 runs come in on 3 hits, 2 errors, and a man left. Top of the 9th, 3-0 Kansas City. starts at 7:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason on Root Sports. Battle right-handers. Charlie Morton at 6-3 will take on Edinson Volquez, who is 8-5, a former Pirate going against his former team for the first time in quite some time. Top of the 9th inning. Pirates need to find a way to extend this ball game. They need 3. Josh Harrison, Brandon McCutcheon. Harrison still with the ball club every day rehabbing. Here is Greg Holland. 31st appearance. He has 20 saves.
You see, he has also 16 walks in 28 innings. So you got 3 runs back. At least be swinging at the first pitch.
Starling Marte takes a strike. Holland blew a save Saturday against the White Sox. He does have 113 saves since the start of 2013. That's second in Major League Baseball, only to the Padres' Craig Kimbrell. Was 123 in that time period. And a ground ball toward the middle. Escobar gloves it, spins, throws, and Marte is safe and a base hit. Hustle base hit for Starling Marte, his second hit of the ballgame.
Well, one of the things that anytime Marte stays away from getting in those slumps where he's striking out a lot, as long as he can get the ball put in play, he's going to get enough hits like this. He always does. We've seen it. Where he'll never really get any long slump where he's not getting on base. He has that ability, unique ability to get those leg hits in the infield.
Jung Ho Gung 1 for 3, hits this one to center field well, and this one beats Kane. It goes to the wall. Kane misjudged it. Marte's coming around third. Here's the throw and the play at the plate. Marte is out.
Here and see what happened. 3 runs down in the 9th inning, nobody out. You cannot have this happen.
Escobar with a relay throw right on the money to Salvador Perez.
Really impressive relay throw coming in, but it doesn't make any difference. No matter what, you cannot get thrown out of the plate for the first out of the inning down by 3 runs.
Pedro fouls this one off. Jung Ho hits this one to center, and Kane just with a terrible jump on it. Figure it's a big break for the Pirates here, but
well, it should be second and third, and the tying run should be at the plate. Because the runners on second and third at that point would not mean anything. They're meaningless. For the tying run to score in this inning, to tie this game up so that we go into extra innings, the other runs would have to be forced in anyway. So you take no chances whatsoever, ever, of those meaningless runs making outs. It's all about the tying run, in this case on deck.
Of Kane after he misjudged the ball turned out well for him.
Yeah, it did. Gave up a hit, but they got it out.
Pedro down on strikes, and now the Pirates down to their final out.
Really disappointing the way we played on defense in the last half of the inning. We gave up the 3 runs, and now to have the top of the 9th start out so promising with the infield hit, and then followed up with an extra base hit.
Travis Ishikawa had a big night here last night. 3 hits, 2 doubles, and a home run, 4 RBIs. And he swings, hits a ground ball up the middle of base hit. Jung Ho's going to come around and score. And the Pirates will indeed get a run here on an RBI single for Travis Ishikawa, his 4th hit of this series.
Almost got Holland in the foot with that one.
Pirates with 3 hits off of Holland here in the ninth.
Well, now we do have the tying run at the plate. It'd be better if it was at first base and 1 out.
And it is Chris Stewart. And Francisco Cervelli not available tonight, only in an emergency due to the contusion on his right wrist. Ishikawa at first base, 2 men out. Stewart had a base hit in the 5th inning. 1-1. Holland set to go. The pitch to Chris Stewart. Down low, 2-1. Alan Bucco's trying to come all the way back. Stewart fouls it back, and now he'll be facing his last strike. Two and 2 the count. And the 2-2 pitch from Greg Holland to Chris Stewart. Full count. That'll get Ishikawa started early from first. Hits from Marte, Gunn, and Ishikawa off of the closer here in the 9th inning. Payoff pitch coming. Ball 4, and the tying run is on. Pirates with a pulse still.
What kind of game they play in Missouri, right?
Missouri high-low.
Yeah.
And Sean Rodriguez, who got out of an 0 for 16 slump with a base hit in the 8th inning, takes a strike. Ishikawa at second base and Stewart at first. 2 outs in the top half of the 9th inning. The 0-1. And again, the Pirates down to their final strike. Holland ahead of Rodriguez, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. And a tapper to the third baseman. And this is going to be a hit for Rodriguez.
Wow.
And the bases are loaded. 2 hits for Rodriguez tonight. And this game's not over yet. Dave Island, the pitching coach for Kansas City, will come out and talk to his closer. Rodriguez has McCutchen in stitches.
A little topper.
Well, can the Badlands do it again tonight?
Now just maybe a single away, huh?
Tying run in scoring position. Stewart's at second. Chicago down at third. 2 for 8 this year for Polanco with the bases loaded. Gregory's had some big hits in recent games. Takes ball 1. Three blown saves this season, including over the weekend in Chicago against the White Sox. 1-1. Ball and 1 strike to Polanco. This one's popped up. Third base side might be playable. Moustakas runs out of room. And for the third straight batter, the Pirates down to their final strike. Polanco hoping to keep this game alive.
Just takes a single.
One-two pitch from Holland. And the Royals win it by a 3-1 score. Pirates do get a run, but they leave them loaded in the top of the 9th inning. Gerard Dyson with a big hit in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Royals win their 56th game. The Pirates drop to 54 and 39. There will be a rubber game in this 3-game series tomorrow night. And the Pirates will play for a series win with Charlie Morton facing Edinson Volquez. But a 3-1 win, a real tough one to take. Garrett Cole just pitched his heart out here tonight. Doesn't get anything to show for it.
Yeah, the Pirates really did not play well here at the end of the ball game. Both defensively and here in the 9th inning. Could have gotten more out of it on offense if they didn't make a base running blunder. And then, of course, the reason they were behind 3 runs going into this is because they didn't play very good defense. So just got to, as Clint says, shower well on this one. They're going to be kind of a quiet clubhouse, I would think, right now.
So the Royals defeat the Pirates here in Game 2 by a 3-1 score. Let's send you back to Pittsburgh. Rob King, Kent Tekulve are there.